Hello everyone, back to today's second video, doing GavsWeatherVids Sunday Round Up for today's second video, and this is the final Sunday Round Up of the year. So yes, from next week we'll be starting the winter updates, which means that virtually everything that we look at in the Sunday Roundup we'll be looking at in winter updates, and so there won't be any particular reason to be doing Sunday Roundups because we'll just be repeating ourselves. So yes, this is it. This is the last Sunday Roundup of the year. Sunday Roundups will return in the new year from January, but we still have this one Sunday Roundup still to go, and I'll get on with that for you very shortly. I have been asked, because you know that the first 10 minutes of Sunday Roundup we're dedicated to people's pictures. I have been asked which video we're going to include with people's pictures from now on. I think it's probably going to be like the 10 to 14 day video on a Monday. We'll probably do it on a Monday with a 10 to 14 day video update then. So that'll be like a little bit of an extended video on a Monday that goes through some of the pictures that people have sent to us. Very epic day at GavsWeatherVids today. So we'll start off with the autumn forecast. It's a very, very low confidence forecast. I haven't got particularly good confidence in this forecast at all. If you have a look at the autumn forecast, you'll find out why it's relatively low confidence. We've also got a premiere coming up at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock this afternoon on the channel. We're going to be premiering our What Goes Into Winter Forecast video for this year. So you'll see all the things that we're going to be looking at through the season of winter updates and you know what goes into winter forecast. There is also a sneak peek at one or two long range models at the end of that as well. That's going to be premiering at 3 o'clock on the YouTube channel, and I'll bed it into the homepage at GavsWeatherVids as well. And then this evening, 6 o'clock, we're going to be live streaming. I think we'll probably do a bit of an extended one, probably extended out by 10-15 minutes, because I want to do a good half an hour, perhaps a bit more, of taking questions before I do any screen capturing, because I was unable to take many questions on Wednesday's live stream for reasons that I won't go into, but it was a very strange live stream that we did on Wednesday, and so I want to take you know, a good half an hour or so of just solid questions for anybody who got missed out on Wednesday. So so that'd probably be like extended by 10-15 minutes, I think, the live stream tonight, so that I can do a good you know, good half an hour or so of taking questions. That's going to be from 6 o'clock. So it's a very, very busy day at GavsWeatherVids today. Hope you're enjoying all of the content. Please give us a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you are subscribed to YouTube channel, and don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. So let us know in the comments what you think. Right, so let's go on. We're going to start off with some pictures. Got a little bit of housekeeping to do for a couple of pictures and that got missed. So this one from Mark Kanish in the Wirral, showing thunderstorm back earlier in the month. I think this was when the thundery, you know, the hot spell broke down into thunderstorms. So yeah, thunderstorm in the Wirral. You can see the curtains of rain there rolling across the sky. So thank you, Mark, for that one. This or these on Twitter. So this is a video from Chris Clifford. Big thank you to Chris Clifford for sharing this. This was from like 2 weeks ago, I think, two weeks ago, when again there are big thunderstorms bringing an end to the the hot spell. Chris is in Norfolk, I think. More pictures from Chris just here. So again, really wet and lots of heavy rain. Chris saying this was a storm that we had in Watton near Thetford, Norfolk last Sunday. Yeah, please could you feature these in your Sunday Roundup. Hope this makes it a little easier for you. Thank you to Chris for sharing those with us. This one from Lee Stone, shared with us on Facebook, showing flooding in Barnstable. Flooding in Barnstable again earlier on in the month. So yeah, some torrential thunderstorms, wasn't there? Really spectacular thunderstorms bring an end to the hot spell. So plenty of flooding there in Barnstable. This is a very nice one. This is a more recent one. This was shared with us by Mark Green. Mark Green, I think, had a holiday in Snowdonia. Look at that. Absolutely tranquil looking skies and water over in Snowdonia. I might use that on the homepage at GavsWeatherVids, actually. Mark said that I can. So that one might be showing up on the homepage at GavsWeatherVids.com. Lovely, lovely picture. In Snowdonia. Thanks to Mark Green for sharing that one. Our good friend Richard's on holiday in Cheshire, so Richard shared this one on the comment box at GavsWeatherVids.com. So yeah, nice bit of blue sky there yesterday. Neil Cutler is also on holiday. He's gone down to Cornwall, so it looks like it's a very nice day in Cornwall. While I was shivering here in Northants yesterday, it looks like Cornwall was still under proper sort of summer-like conditions. So yeah, thank you to Neil. I hope Richard and Neil have a nice break and a nice holiday in Cheshire and Cornwall, respectively. Oops. And this one by Sheararm in Sedgley in the West Midlands. Nice bit of blue sky. Nice bit of blue sky there in Sedgley. Got a few to share with you on our Discord as well, and then we will be moving into Sunday Round Up. So this one by a good friend Alpha SB. SB had a thundery shower in the east of England, Lincolnshire area, I think. Last Sunday, also got Ryan56. Ryan56 shared this with us on our Discord. Again, nice little bit of blue sky. Lovely little bit of blue sky. I think Ryan is probably in the Manchester area. Blackpool actually. Saying a prime example of calm before a storm here in Blackpool. Hashtag Storm Francis. Okay, so that one is from 7 years ago. Dylan shared that one. Scrolling on down, we've got weather time lapses daily showing that. Bit of a thundery looking sky with that one. This one was from Shryan, showing truly epic pics taken during Storm Kira in February in Blackpool. Yeah, that was wild day, wasn't it? That when we had Storm Kira. Right, moving on down through the chat. Let's see if we can find one or two more. This one again from Ryan56, showing sky is entirely dark. Sky is entirely grey, dark clouds, except for that little bit of blue. This one from Ryan again, showing flooding in Plymouth. So it looks like some big rain in Plymouth. Samuel Bentley shared that one, torrential rain where Samuel was. And yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of flooding as well with Samuel. Carry on moving down. So it looks like there was a bit of a storm. Heavens open in Wareham, Dorset. Heavens open in Wareham, Dorset there on that video. So it looks like it was a big old storm there earlier on in the week in Wareham in Dorset. Right, let's carry on down. I think we're coming towards the end of these now. So again, if everybody wants to have their web pictures featured within, like Monday, it's been Monday's weather video now from next week as GavsWeatherVids Sunday Round Up are starting. So if anybody wants to share, have their pictures featured, then there are various ways you can do so, and I will tell you later on how you can go about doing it. Dylan got just a 6 second a very quick cloud movement going on with that one. So yeah, it looks like there was some fast moving clouds where Dylan is. Navengelda 03, same here as well, some big clouds there. Right, I think we're coming to the end. Iceman had a thoroughly wet afternoon in Northamptonshire. Thoroughly wet afternoon in Northamptonshire with lots and lots of heavy rain. Iceman's weather station looking rather wet and rather wet there, and looks like the strawberries had a little bit of soaking as well. Right, more clouds from Navengela, and this one from Adrian Major, our good friend Adrian. Took this from Canal Boat near Llangollen the day after Storm Francis battered us. Again, lovely looking picture. Lovely looking picture. Thank you so much, Adrian, for that. Looking really tranquil despite Storm Francis. Ryan56 showing what things are like in Cornwall. Yeah, it's not too bad down in Cornwall. And Chelsea Bill showing lots of erosion, cold and breezy walk on the South Downs. So it doesn't look too bad down there on the South Downs. It looks like you had a better day, Chelsea Bill, than I did yesterday. It's very grey and chilly here yesterday. Right, so thanks to everybody for sharing their pictures. If you'd like to have your other pictures featured within the videos, all you need to do is email them to us at GavsWeatherVids@gmail.com. You can share them with us on our Facebook and Twitter pages. You can post them to the comment box at GavsWeatherVids.com. And you can also post them to our Discord. The link to the GavsWeatherVids Discord is in the description with the videos at YouTube. And we sometimes share that on the live streams as well. So yeah, there are various ways you have pictures featured. And I think we'll be showing them on a Monday now. Showing them on Mondays, week to 10 day update. As there's not going to be a GavsWeatherVids Sunday Round Up after this week, because we're moving into winter updates season. So let's get on with the Sunday Roundup. This is how solar activity is looking on our side of this today from solarham.net. We have a spotless solar disk. There are no sunspots today, so therefore solar activity is at very low levels, and solar activity is expected to remain at very low levels for at least the next 3 days. This is the GavsWeatherVids Solar Activity Tracker, updated by good friend James Acril up to the 30th of August, up to today. So you can see that, yes, we are seeing the trend lines moving down. So the orange line is depicting each individual day's worth of sunspot activity. We did go through a slightly more active phase back earlier on in the month. We did get some activity from like late July to early August. But now actually the orange lines are flatlining on the floor of the chart again. So the thick green and thick red lines, which are our trend lines, they are moving downwards at the moment. So we are going through a little bit of a quieter phase of solar activity. And even this sort of more active phase was actually at a very low level of activity, let's face it. I mean, it looks like there's a little bit of a ramp up going on, but actually that is still a very low level of solar activity. So I think we are into the early stages of solar cycle number 25 now. It has not been confirmed, but I think we will get confirmation before too much longer that we are already in solar cycle 25. But similar to solar cycle number 24, I think this is going to be a relatively slow start to the solar cycle. So it may take some time before this solar cycle really starts taking off. You never really know, but I've got a feeling we probably have been for some time, maybe 6 months even, been in solar cycle number 25. And so it looks like it's playing out rather similar to like solar cycle 24, which started off very, very slow and only very gradually increased after 2 or 3 years, really. So we could be facing something like that again with solar cycle number 25. And at the moment, solar activity and the trend lines are actually reducing a little bit. This sent through by a good friend Richard. So Richard sent this through despite being on holiday in Cheshire. So thank you, Richard, for doing that. This is showing spotless days and the current spotless stretch, which is 9 days now without any sunspots. For 2020 so far, had 165 days so far this year. That's 68% of the year without sunspots. It compares to 2019, which had 281 days without sunspots. That was 77% of the year. So that's the reason I think we're in solar cycle 25 now, because I think it increasingly looks as though the 2019 was like solar minimum year. I think that was solar minimum year, and so 2020 is actually the first year, I think, of solar cycle number 25, because I wouldn't expect that percentage to change all that much. It's 77% for last year, 68% spotless for this year. I wouldn't expect that to change all that much, really. So for the rest of this year. So I think it looks like 2019 was solar minimum year. 2020 is like the first year of solar cycle number 21, solar cycle number 25. This explains what I was talking about with the slow start to solar cycle 24 down here. So 2008 was the solar minimum year with 73% of the year without sunspots. But 2009 was really quiet as well. That had 71% of the year without sunspots. That's like the first year of solar cycle 24. And even 2010 was pretty quiet, really, with 14% of the year without sunspots, 51 days. That was really quite quiet in 2010. It wasn't really until 2011 when solar cycle 24 really took off. But even then, it's a very weak solar maximum, of course. So yeah, we may have a relatively quietish year again next year. Actually, 2021 could be, rather quiet again. It might be more 2022 that this solar cycle begins to take off. It's all speculation, but that would be my guess. Big thank you to James and Richard to sending through the data. This is how sea surface temperature anomalies were looking when we did last week's GavsWeatherVids Sunday Round Up. This is from the 21st of August. Got our 3 areas of interest, of course. We've got the ENSO region just here. We've got the Northern Pacific Ocean up there, and then we've got the North Atlantic Ocean over here. So that's how the sea surface temperature anomalies were looking in the Pacific and the Atlantic last year. This is the very latest. So let's deal with this from the 28th of August, by the way. So let's deal with the ENSO region first of all. Again, that's how the ENSO region looked last week, just there. This is how the ENSO region looked this week. Very little change. Probably turned a little bit colder again through some of those central parts. It's a definite La Nina signature now, and around here, I think it has turned. I think that has turned a little bit colder in the past week, so a further reduction in sea surface temperature anomalies has taken place. This is a definite signal for La Nina. Probably quite weak still, really, but probably getting closer towards moderate La Nina threshold, if anything. But yeah, it's a definite signature for La Nina. Going further north into the northern part of the Pacific Ocean, that's how things look in the north, or looked last week in the Northern Pacific. This is how things look this week. Very little change at there. It remains significantly warmer than average through the Northern Pacific Ocean. It's interesting that we've got a La Nina with a relatively warm Pacific overall, especially the Northern Pacific Ocean. That doesn't happen all the time, actually. So typically when you have a La Nina, the general state of the Pacific Ocean will be rather cooler. This La Nina will probably produce cooling across the wider Pacific Ocean. You think what these ENSO events are doing? They're basically turning up the thermostat for El Nino and turning down the thermostat for La Nina. So the fact that we are turning down the thermostat there with this La Nina probably means that the overall Pacific Ocean will start to cool down, I would have thought, in the next few weeks and months. All of these colder than average sea surface temperature anomalies just here should eventually start getting distributed. Through the Pacific Ocean, and will probably eventually even start to have a bit of a cooling effect on the Atlantic Ocean, but that will be more into next year probably. But yeah, I would expect this area to go cooler. We'll be looking at it in the winter updates. I would expect the Northern Pacific Ocean, all of that sort of area, to start cooling down a little bit over the next 2 or 3 months. So that's going to be interesting to keep an eye on in the winter updates. Over into the Atlantic remains pretty warm. To be honest, it's pretty warm. Warm and average sea surface temperature is in the Northern Atlantic, generally warm through the tropical Atlantic. I think this is the warmest the Atlantic has been overall for quite a few years. And again, that will be something that we'll be looking at and discussing much more in depth in our season of winter updates. Southern Oscillation Index is looking like this. It's an index that's just reflecting the atmospheric state down in the Southern Pacific Ocean. Not driving anything, so terms just tells us what the atmosphere is doing. So it's measuring air pressures between Darwin and Tahiti. When the SY is in its negative phase, the atmospheric setup will be reflective of El Nino. When the SY is in its positive phase, the SY will be reflective of La Nina. This is from Queensland Government, part of Bureau of Meteorology. So you can see that we are moving ever more into a positive phase of the Southern Oscillation Index, as you would expect, given that we're going into La Nina. So 19th of August, for example, comes out at plus 28.46. 20th of August comes out at plus 26.40. 21st of August comes out at plus 23.79. These are very, very positive numbers, telling us that the atmospheric state is reflective of a La Nina. A little bit of negativity here around the 25th and 26th at minus 11, minus 3, I should say, minus 6. But then the last 3 days, look at this, 28th of August goes to plus 9, 29th of August goes to plus 18, and 30th of August, they're ahead of us, of course, in Australia, goes to plus 22.70. Now, these are all preliminary numbers, but they don't tend to be changed that much. And so we can see that the SY 30-day average is lifting up even more. So that's the red line just here. The SY 30-day average has now gone from like plus 5 to 6, where it was like a few days ago, to plus 8 now. So yes, the 30-day SY average is increasingly going positive, and it just tells us that La Nina is well and truly with us now. The atmospheric setup is moving into a La Nina state. The sea surface temperature anomalies in the equatorial Pacific, they're in a La Nina state, got a La Nina signature, and so we'll need to look through the winter updates at what La Nina could mean for our winter weather prospects, if anything. CFSB2 continues to forecast this La Nina to strengthen, now forecasting the La Nina to get pretty much to moderate threshold. So the black dash line here is the ensemble mean within the CFS V2 ensemble blue. Got temperature numbers on the side, dates on the bottom. Look at this, going down to minus 1.5 degrees below average. That's going towards moderate La Nina threshold there with the CFS V2. So yeah, it looks like, you know, it's increasing this La Nina signature. I would expect quite a weakish event, really. I think it'd be somewhere between 1 and 1.5 degrees below average. But we'll see how things play out over the next few weeks. Right, this is showing Arctic sea ice extent, so we are nearing the peak of this year's Arctic sea ice melt season. This is from National Snow and Ice Data Center. So blue line here shows that we're having another big melt season, another really big melt season taking place with this Arctic sea ice melt season. That's where we are right now. If we can see how that compares to 2012, which is like the record minimum year. So we are above 2012. We're just there. 2012 is the red dash line just here. That's the record low minimum for Arctic sea ice extent so far. It doesn't look like we're going to beat 2012. It looks like 2012's record low is safe, although can't entirely rule out that in the next couple of weeks we might get a crash. But I think that's got too far to go really to beat 2012 in the next week or two. We'll bottom out with Arctic sea ice extent somewhere like into the end of the first week of September, I would have thought, or sort of second week of September. So only got a couple more, three more weeks to go with this. Again, we might see this blue line just doing an absolute plunge and going somewhere like that. But I think it'll pull up just short of 2012. But definitely another really big Arctic sea ice melt season, as we have had a lot of years just recently. Right, this is how Eurasian snow cover is looking. You're going to see this in the winter updates, of course. Always look at this, and I know a lot of people do enjoy it in that part of winter updates. So just a little smattering of snow at the moment over in the far eastern part of Siberia. Just a little smattering of snow. Otherwise, most of Eurasia and Siberia is snow-free, except over mountainous areas. Over the next few weeks, all of this area will, of course, fill up with snow. We'll be monitoring that through winter updates. I'm quite sure we will. This is what we're looking at in terms of the polar vortex. So this is from weatherschool.com. It's showing us strength of the solar winds. So lots of different coloured lines. I won't go into all of them next, but all of them at the moment. But what you really need to know is that that's where we currently are with like strength of the solar winds at 10 HPA over the North Pole in the stratosphere. GFS ensembles are forecasting the solar winds to be quite close to average, maybe a little bit weaker than average in the next couple of weeks. And CFS V2, which are these blue lines just here, they are indicating actually that we may see like weaker than average solar winds over the next couple of months as we go through this autumn. Much more about that to come in the weeks ahead. QBO is looking like this. So again, we should be going into the easterly phase of the quasi-vernal oscillation. We should be seeing easterlies descending. Really, we should have this blue area descending down just here. The westerly QBO has refused to go, though. So this sort of sandy coloured area just here is the ongoing and lingering westerly QBO. However, if we zoom in, let's zoom in. So you have to think that like these are the levels of the atmosphere. So this is like the very top of the stratosphere just here, and then we've got we're going down to the troposphere in that sort of area to around 30-50 HPA. Now in the top of the stratosphere, you'll see that we are getting a little bit more blue and green beginning to appear. That's the easterly QBO. So we may, it's very early days, we could be starting to see a bit of a reformation of the easterly QBO at the very, very top of the stratosphere. Notice how these raggedy sort of brown coloured lines, which is the lingering westerly QBO over the top of the stratosphere, they've sort of run out of steam a little bit, and it does look as though the easterly QBO just starting to maybe begin to get its act together at the very top of the stratosphere. However, in the troposphere, we've still got this lingering sort of westerly QBO. So we'll need to keep a close eye on what the QBO is doing over the next few weeks and months, of course. Right, Arctic oscillation observed and forecast. So this is how the AO is looking at the moment. So black line shows we've been with the Arctic oscillation, red lines at the end where GFS ensembles are forecasting the Arctic oscillation to go. Remember, it's just an index that's reflecting the atmospheric state, as all of these indexes, Southern Oscillation Index, quasi-biennial oscillation, all of these indexes are just reflecting the atmospheric state. We're not driving anything in their own terms. We just tell us what the atmosphere is doing. At the moment, so when the AO is negative, we've got high pressure blocking over pole. When the AO is positive, we've got low pressure over pole. The AO at the moment is actually quite strongly negative. We have got quite a bit of blocking over the pole at the moment, and the AO has gone into probably negative territory, down to around -2 on the scale, which is the most negative it's been for really quite a long time, I think. Probably have to go back to last year for the last time it was as negative as that. However, the AO is going to start to lift up towards more neutral conditions over the next couple of weeks. That's indicated by the GFS, that's indicated by red lines, which are sort of GFS ensembles. So yes, for the first couple of weeks of September, it looks like the Arctic oscillation is moving back to more neutral conditions. The NAO observed and forecast is looking like this again. So also the NAO has been in negative territory just recently. That's where black line is. So NAO and AO both negative at the moment. NAO lifting up to like neutral in the next week, and then going up to weekly positive during the second week of September. This could be so both of these indexes, the AO and the NAO, sort of moving up, moving northwards, going sort of neutral with the AO, positive with the NAO, could be a signal for the Azores high to start strengthening a little bit through the first half of September. That will tie in with some warmer temperatures, and GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles are looking like this for London, for Old West Central. So red line is 30-year upper air temperature average. You can see the upper air temperatures are lifting up. So we're starting off cool at moment through the rest of this bank holiday weekend into the opening days of September. Quite cool with the upper air temperatures. They get a bit of a boost around sort of Wednesday, Thursday, but it is associated with an area of low pressure. It's going to bring some rain. And then sort of go right through the rest of the first week of September into the second week of September, running up to middle part of the month. Those upper air temperatures are lifting up, and it is becoming warmer, seemingly, with the upper air temperatures there moving in towards the middle part of September. Precipitation-wise, lots of dry weather over the next few days, with some wet weather to come around Wednesday, Thursday, and then relatively dry after that. Maybe by the middle of September, going more unsettled again. But of course, that's a long way out, and it's very, very extended range stuff. Temperature anomalies on the 30th of August, 7th of September, a little bit cooler than average. Have still got several cool nights to come until it starts to warm up later next week. Precipitation anomalies from the 30th of August, 7th of September, generally a little bit on the drier side. This is how the UK Met Office is looking for Wednesday. UK Met Office model. So an area of low pressure out in the Atlantic. On Wednesday, bringing some showy rain to the northwest, mainly dry and quite warm for England and Wales. Into Thursday, we'll have a band of rain pushing across the country, so that could be quite heavy. That clears away on Friday, and we go back to sunshine and showers. And then by Saturday, next weekend, we're into this rather cool and showery sort of northwesterly wind. This is how the GFS midnight run is looking. So again, Wednesday, bring the weather system into the northwest. That brings some cloud and rain with it. Otherwise, for southern east area, probably mostly dry. Thursday, band of wet weather pushes across the country, showers along the spells, rain, some quite heavy rain mixed in with that. Then through to Friday into weekend, we go into this cool, showery, sort of northwesterly wind. Quite a deep area of low pressure to the north of Scotland there on Sunday. That could bring more persistent spells of rain later on in the weekend. That will sort of die southeastwards, and we're left with a cool, showery, northwesterly flow by Monday, the 7th of September, up towards day 10, which is today going to be Wednesday, the 9th of September. We're still looking rather cool and showery, actually, with this GFS run, not building in any sustained area of high pressure through the early part of September with this GFS run. And then later on, it goes distinctly autumnal. This is into the extended range, of course, but this low pressure then dives in from the northwest and deepens like mad as it does so. And we go very unsettled, really, as we go out towards the middle part of September with this GFS midnight run. So that's probably quite a cool and unsettled first half to September, perhaps a little bit surprisingly, and somewhat at odds with GavsWeatherVids autumn forecast as well, I can tell you. But there we go. Probably cool and unsettled first half of September if that GFS run was to verify. Let's see what the GEM is showing So again, Miss Albert GM is looking a ridge down to the southwest and to our northeast, like a little weather system out to the northwest on Wednesday. Then band of rain push across the country from through Thursday. That will clear out of where as we get through to Friday with sunshine and showers. Into next weekend, it's rather cool and showery with the GM. They're starting to generate some low pressure to ourselves. So we've got this area of low pressure across France on Monday, the 7th of September, probably a fungy area of low pressure. That comes into the south and the southeast by Tuesday the 8th. That could be bringing a real soaking down in the south and southeast. Meanwhile, further northwards, it's mainly dry. Winds in from the northeast, so it would be pretty cool as well. That's how we finish up with the GM. High pressure in Scandinavia, low pressure across southern England and northern France. Showers or longer spells of rain could be rather thundery as well with that. Then we go through to ECMWF, and again we've got this ridge extending from the Atlantic up towards northern Europe, a weather system out to the northwest, bringing some showery bursts of rain up there. Through to Thursday, so band of wet weather moving across the country on Thursday, left with showery and quite cool northwesterlies through next weekend. High pressure out to the west early next week, winds stream from the northwest, that looks quite cool but probably reasonably dry. And then we finish up with the ECM with a large area of high pressure sat over top of the country, but the upper air temperatures are actually quite cool with that. It's not a warm ridge, and that probably be bringing, although it's bringing mainly dry weather, will probably be bringing some quite cold nights, I would have thought. I'm not sure the ECM's performing all that well at the moment. It has been going to town with these big areas of high pressure it wants to build up through the first week of September, but at the moment it looks like it's wobbling a little bit on that actually. This is rainfall forecast based on that ECM run from tometeo.com. So quite a bit of dry weather coming up until around the middle part of the week now, and then we're going to bring a band of rain in from off the Atlantic as we go through like Wednesday through to Thursday. Then we're left with showers in the north and west through the latter part of next week and into the weekend. Emphasis is on dry weather really, and lots of dry weather with the ECM running up to daytime. However, bear in mind the GFS and the GM are more unsettled than that. They are a little bit more unsettled than that for like the day 5 to 10 period. CFSV2 looks like this, so these are 500 millibar heights broken down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 30th of August, 5th of September. The coming week is unsettled with low pressure out to the northwest. Winds are coming in from a westerly direction. So yeah, it looks a little bit changeable there actually now as we go into the opening days of September. Week 2 is also looking quite unsettled. This is the 6th to the 12th of September with low pressure to our north. Winds are in from a west or northwesterly direction. So that's cool and unsettled with this CFSV2 run as well. Week 3 is also cool and unsettled, 13th to the 19th of September. This is a cool and unsettled September shaping up here with, again, low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. And week 4 is also unsettled. This is 20th, 26th September, low pressure up to the north, winds in from the west. So, yeah, this is an unsettled September, if that is right. September overall, finally, it's looking like this with the CFSV2. And it's showing an area of above average heights out to our west, below average heights to our north. Winds are in from like a northwesterly direction. So that looks cool and changeable for September. The temperature anomaly for September with CFSV2 is forecast to be no better than average, near normal temperatures, and precipitation anomaly for CFSV2 is forecast to be around average as well. I think that would be rather cool and probably quite an unsettled September though, particularly based on those CFSV2 4-week clears. Right then, so that's it. That has brought us to the end of GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup. I hope you enjoyed all the Sunday Roundups that we've been doing every week since the new year. So that's it though for the rest of this year. Because as I say, we've got winter updates starting from next week, and we'll be covering pretty much everything that we've already spoken about in the Sunday Roundup today. So we'd just be repeating ourselves if we did 2 Sunday Roundups, wouldn't we? So yeah, Sunday Roundups will return from the new year. They'll return in early January 2021, which will be with us a lot quicker than I think most people probably expect. But for the time being, that's the last GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, then please give us a like on video. Make sure you sub to the channel. Don't forget to tell your friends. Big thank you to our good friend Richard Short for all of our gifts for this video and all of our other videos as well. So coming up later on today, we're going to have a premiere for the What Goes into Winter Forecast video. So I'll be going over everything that we are going to be looking at within the winter updates this year in that video. It's going to be premiering at 3 o'clock this afternoon on the channel. I'll bet it to the homepage at GavsWeatherVids.com as well. So you'll be able to sort of watch it with me in the live chat. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to be from 3 o'clock. There'll be a few little long-range models included with that one as well, just to have a little bit of a sneak peek and whet the appetite. And then also 6 o'clock we're going to be live streaming. So yes, we always live stream 6 o'clock on a Sunday. And we'll look at the ECM ensembles with that, because we wasn't able to show them in this video. We'll bring you up to date with the 12Z model runs, and we'll have a look at CFS V2 data for the winter of 2020-21. I think that's going to be quite interesting watch from 6 o'clock. I want to do a good half an hour or more of taking questions after the few questions that I was able to take on Wednesday, because I ran out of time. Okay, so that's it, GavsWeatherVids Sunday Round. I'll see you for the premiere at 3 o'clock, or if not, at 6 o'clock for the live stream. Tomorrow we've got a historic video coming up as well, looking at the autumn of 1993. I think that's everything that I've got to tell you. Really busy weekend this weekend for me. So yeah, I'll see you at 3 or at 6. But for the GavsWeatherVids Sunday Roundup, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.